All right, this is your cancer killer, Scot Pekarek, wearing my Tumor Tail shirt. All right, so a lot going on here right now. My wife is out of town with the kids. If you're not from the U.S., we have something called the National Education Association. Here it's Minnesota Education Association break. So my wife Jess took our boys up to a cabin north with some kids, a friend and her daughter. So the what is it? 3 6-year-olds and a 8-year-old and my wife and her friend. Scary. Glad I'm home alone. Anyway, right now I'm fasting. I am on probably hour 27 of a normal fast and hour approximately 9 of a dry fast. So I am going for a 48 to 72 hour dry fast. What does that mean? Well, it means means no water, no food, and I'm contemplating doing it strict. What is strict? Strict is you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash your hair, you don't touch water. And so far I've been 100% strict. Now, this is the easy part. Sleeping will be the easy part. The difficult part will be tomorrow when I'm trying to work and be a productive member of humanity. And I've only done this once. I've only done it for 24 hours strict dry. So I did do my the good news is that my ketones and my blood glucose as of probably 2 hours ago was 76. And my ketones were 4.6, which is pretty awesome. You are hardcore when you're there. I'm going to keep monitoring this stuff to see how it goes. But I'm contemplating cycling urine. Never done it. Don't know that I want to do it. It's an option, so we will see. I may never speak of it if I do it. So, but I'm going to throw that out there because Scot Pekarek brings a fire. And I'll tell you what, when it's your life on the line, you may be surprised what you're capable of doing. Some of you might surprise yourselves by how little you're capable of doing and how little fight you have. And I certainly hope that's not true for most of you. So one thing I did want to talk about before tonight, I have been reading so many books. The first one I read, I know I talked about this, but Jane McLeland, How to Starve Cancer. The one I just read most of is this Cancer-Free Food. Liana Werner-Gray, I believe she's from Australia, and she talks, these books have kind of a common theme when they're talking about the foods that you should avoid. And this one was fantastic. She had her power foods, Liana, I believe that's how you say it, but the first one on her list was broccoli sprouts. So I bought, they have them at a lot of your co-ops and Whole Foods and stuff. I bought a little thing to grow them. So I'll probably do that tomorrow and show you me starting my broccoli sprout, little grow jar. Probably paid way too much for it, but I don't care. It'll be fun. They say that broccoli sprouts have like 50 times more something. Yeah, I'm a lot of use. I should have my notes here. But turmeric is their number 2. Let's see another. Yeah, turmeric's awesome. I take curcumin. Blueberries, broccoli is on there. Flaxseed, dark leafy greens, arugula, bok choy, spinach, garlic, of course. If you didn't see my black garlic video, it is so good. Black garlic is so good. You got to try it. Mushrooms. I'm just going to hit a few more. Tiger nuts. I've never had tiger nuts. I ordered some. Those are awesome. They're kind of sweet and yummy. Ginger root, of course. Grapes, tomatoes, lemon, and quinoa, which is awesome. And she lists a bunch of other ones like walnuts, wheatgrass, olive oil, cabbage, etc. Brussels sprouts. So great book. Pick it up for sure. How to Starve Cancer. Another one I've started reading, How Not to Die. How Not to Die. Great book. And this gentleman was inspired by his grandmother, who basically was discharged in a wheelchair, left to die. She got across town and was working with this, Michael Greger is the author of this, How Not to Die, discover the foods scientifically proven to prevent and reverse disease. Awesome read so far. His grandmother was given basically the death sentence, said she was going to die. Travels across country, meets this guy named Nathan Pritikin, which I think I bought his book, The Man Who Healed America's Heart. I did order that, and I will be getting that. Basically, she was featured as one of Death's Door's people. She basically saw on 60 Minutes this guy Nathan Pritikin and went across the country to go to his clinic and walked out and lived like, oh my gosh, she was given her medical death sentence at age 65. Thanks to a healthy diet and lifestyle, she was able to enjoy another 31 years. All right. And this is a fascinating book. I don't have time to get into all of it. It deserves its own segment, which I may do at some point. But How Not to Die. And of course, my family has put the book cover on upside down and reverse. So when I open it up, it opens up to the index upside down. Awesome. I love my family. This book, one more, 4 blood types, 4 diets, eat right for your blood type. Now, Peter D'Adamo, I'm fucking that up, I'm sure. Great read. He's got a website that you can go in and put in foods. And his premise is that you know, we all have different blood types. So, you know, maybe we have different foods that work better with the blood types. I don't know. I know mine's A negative, so I can go type in foods and they'll tell us whether or not those are the healthy foods. And he gets into way more than that. But basically, I mean, it kind of makes sense to me. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not a accountant. I'm not giving accounting advice. Okay, I got to throw that disclaimer out. I'm not. This is stuff I'm reading. This is stuff I'm trying to see. These are my experiences. All right, this is all this is. You know, consult your nutritionist or your medical professional. Okay, the rest of you, you know, listen to your body. Your body tells you things, but you need to make sure that you are taking control of your healthcare choices, right? Quit putting shit in your body, right? Quit smoking. If you're a smoker, quit smoking. I'm going to talk about that someday. Guess what? I used to smoke some cigarettes too, and I smoke pot. But you know what I also got tonight? I got my cannabis oil, and I'm going to be taking that tonight. Anyway, eat right for your type. Now, keep in mind, you know, when they ask your blood type, you know, they don't give you transfusions of different blood types. That's not completely true because, what is it? The O something is a universal blood type. Anyway, the premise here, I'm not selling the book. I don't get any royalties. Is basically this gentleman has done research and he believes that different foods work better with different blood types. Certain foods will give you more inflammation. Certain foods are better for your immune system. I am reading the book. I have just started it. I will tell you more about it. So far, it's really good. I've been to the website, been checking out the different foods. I've made some assumptions about foods that aren't accurate. I've recently cut out red meat, and we'll talk about that more someday. This book was awesome, and I'm sorry to do it last. I'm going to bring it up again because The Hidden Truth of Cancer, it was a Japanese doctor. He wrote this book originally like 40 years ago. Basically, his premise is this, that we have food that gets turned into red blood cells, primitive cells that then get turned into body cells. Like the red blood cells will turn into, you know, liver cells, bone marrow cells. And one of the basic premises of this gentleman is that, you know, the physiology of blood is that your red blood cells go into body cells. And then if you get sick or you get diarrhea or something, and your body loses cells, or you lose red blood cells, then your body cells will convert into red blood cells so that you keep a constant level of red blood cells in your body. Well, his big premise, his big assertion is that cancer cells can grab these red blood cells and turn them into more cancer cells. Just like other body parts turn the red blood cells into body cells. And then when you have a period of fasting or sickness, the body gives that, turns those cells back into red blood cells, and the cancer cells do the same. That's his assertion. That's his premise. Interesting, right? Crazy stuff. One thing, hold on. I know you never do this, right, in a video, but I'm doing it today. Here is my cannabis. And they sent me some curcumin, pharmaceutical grade, and I think this is, vitamin E. So this is the Joe Tippins protocol. I'm really excited to get into this. Here it is. PCR oil, whatever. Ingredients, I don't have my glasses, but MCT oil, PCR, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, this is what I'm taking tonight before bed. I'm gonna go to bed here pretty quick. Sorry I got a little long today. I wanted to go over some of these books. It's been really, really useful for me to understand what's going on. And I'll leave you with this. There's a common theme here with this stuff. I mean, the specifics might vary a little bit, but you're seeing the same foods come up over and over again. All right, so natural whole foods, people. If you insist on eating fish, cold water, wild caught's better. We'll get into that someday. I'll talk about what people say specifically about farm raised. Watch your dairy. I grew up on a dairy farm, okay? I grew up on a dairy farm. And we're gonna talk about dairy on a different video. We're gonna focus on different foods. We're gonna focus on pros and cons. Watch the red meat, all right? I'm gonna talk about that. I'm not saying you have to completely avoid it, but if you're gonna get fats, try to get lean cuts of meat, grass-fed, grass-finished. There's a difference. And also, when you are, try to get the fat from your non-GMO natural whole foods. All right, and I'm gonna not put you to bed with this video tonight, but I'm gonna get into all this in upcoming videos. I'm getting smarter, and because I'm getting smarter, I'm gonna make sure all you guys get smarter. And remember, make every second count. You don't know how many you have left, but if you change your diet and you make better lifestyle decisions, I guarantee you're going to have a whole hell of a lot more.